Bulls are back tonight against the Celtics. Here's 5 keys to victory. Key number 1, contain Jason Tatum. It's going to be really hard. Jason Tatum, he's one of those guys where when he's on, he's unstoppable. When he's dialed into what he needs to do, unguardable. One of the best players in the NBA. I think I have him as the 4th best player in the NBA. I would take him over Luka. There's a lot of guys that people will put higher on him. But I'm taking Tatum every time. I feel like he's super underrated. You know, when people talk top 5, top 10, I feel like they always have him too low. But the big thing with Tatum is when he's getting to his spots in the mid-range, when he's attacking the basket, unstoppable. When he's settling for the step back three, when he's looking for that step back three, very guardable. So the Bulls tonight, you know, when I say contain Jason Tatum, it's more like we just got to hope that Jason Tatum is settling for threes. And he's questionable for tonight. You know, I think he has a sore left knee. He might sit tonight out. So this might be a moot point, but that's key number 1. Key number 2, stop Jaylen Brown. This is another guy who I feel like is super underrated, super overhated. When people, you know, when they do their top 25 discussions, they usually leave him out and they consistently call him overrated because of the contract that he signed. And his numbers are down this year. You know, he's still averaging 23, 6, and 5. It's the shooting splits that are down. It's 45% from the field, 30 from 3. His shot selection isn't great. Physically, he kind of looks like a guy who put on a little bit too much muscle this offseason. He's not moving quite as fluidly, quite as quickly as he used to, and he's jacked. The dude's huge. He looks like a bodybuilder this year. But I'm still taking Jaylen Brown, man. I bring it up every time the Bulls face the Celtics. When the Celtics had their postseason run a couple years ago, when they made it to the finals against the Warriors, and I tweeted out, there's still people who would rather have Zach LaVine than Jaylen Brown, and that's crazy to me. And I bring it up, you know, every couple years or every couple months whenever they play each other, because there are still people who will try to tell you Zach LaVine is better than Jaylen Brown. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan. I will never make that argument. Zach LaVine is not on the same level as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, the way that he affects the game, you know, on the offensive end, defensive end, he's become underrated. He's still a top 20 guy in my estimation. So the Bulls, especially if Tatum is out tonight, the focal point needs to be on stopping Jaylen Brown. You can't let him go nuts tonight. Key number 3, Nikola Vucevic versus Kristaps Porzingis. So I want to be 100% clear here. Nikola Vucevic is not as good as Kristaps Porzingis. I would much rather have Porzingis. He's a far better player, not even a conversation. But it's a great matchup for Vooch. Vooch, in their last couple of games, he's been getting the better of him all year. This will be the 4th time they've played this year. Vooch has outplayed him all 3 times. So hopefully that continues tonight. There's no Zach LaVine tonight, so the offense should go through Vooch. Porzingis is a great defender. He's quick. He blocks shots, but he's not very strong. So that's where Vooch seems to get the better of him, is in those low post situations. So I hope we run the ball in the post through Vooch. Hope he gets his points. Hope he wins that matchup. Key number 4, Patrick Williams. Keep bringing him off the bench. If you guys read my Substack the other day, you know, after that game, I made the case why it's not a case of motivation or punishment or a chip on his shoulder that got Patrick Williams to play better when they brought him off the bench the other day against Denver. That's not it. It's more like the role of being off the bench is just much better for him. You know, when he doesn't have to share the court with Zach LaVine or Nikola Vucevic, he's a much better player. And part of that is because when he's out there and those two aren't out there, the Bulls are forced to run plays for him. You saw him get the ball on a lot of DHOs, some pin downs, off-ball movement. You saw the play designed for Patrick Williams to get the ball and do something with it. And you don't see that when he's a starter out there. There's just not that opportunity for him. So keep bringing him off the bench. I know size-wise it's going to hurt to go small against the Celtics tonight, but just because he comes off the bench, just because he doesn't start the game, doesn't mean he can't finish the game. He finished it against Denver. He'll probably finish it tonight. And finally, key number 5, Dalen Terry. So Dalen Terry kind of got lost in the shuffle in that Denver game. Everybody was really excited what we saw from Patrick Williams. You know, 11-8 doesn't jump off the page for most people, but compared to what we've been getting from Patrick Williams, it was great. And the body language was totally different too. Modest Buzelis was huge off the bench too. He played really good, played really well with his energy. But Dalen Terry was awesome in that game, and hopefully he gets the opportunity to do that again. Now, Kobe White is reportedly going to play tonight. I didn't think he was going to when I first made these keys, so I thought Dalen was going to get a huge amount of minutes tonight. Still, without Zach LaVine, even with Kobe White back, there should still be a lot of opportunity for Dalen to play tonight. And hopefully he shines. Hopefully he builds off that Denver performance. So it's going to be interesting, guys. I know a lot of you guys want the Bulls to tank. You want them to lose. The Atlanta Hawks just lost Jalen Johnson for the year today. That's going to put them below the Bulls in the standings when it's all said and done. So we're a play-in team. You might as well just embrace it, and we'll see how they come out tonight. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you're looking for in tonight's game.